Hi guys, so some time ago I was speaking to a senior commentator online and I asked him, looking at what happens in France when taxes go up or when fishermen or farmers feel they've got a raw deal, what do? They protest. And man, do they protest. My question was, what would it take for the British people to protest? Brexit meant both those groups, fishermen and farmers, were thrown under a bus by the Tory government. Why didn't they protest? And his response was quite simple. British people don't protest, they grumble. Well, that may be about to change, as the cost of living crisis does not see any sign of ending, and instead 2022 is going to get progressively worse, especially for people who are struggling at the moment. One man who is interested in fighting back is Martin Lewis, and he seems to be predicting that the British people may vent their anger too. Now, this was him about 2 weeks ago.
And I am treading a very careful line as someone who never gets involved in party politics. And one of the reasons I do that is the moment that you do, people then they put you down as, well, you're Labour or you're Tory or you're a Lib Dem or whatever you are. So you would say that. And I don't engage in that. I'm not a member of any party. And I try not to be party political. But I have to be blunt. The country needs more help. We are a first world, rich nation. And I am on your bloody radio station talking about how people are going to survive as whether they choose to freeze or to starve. And I don't feel that is right. I am not going to put blame at anyone's door. But I was on the telly the other day talking to the Deputy Prime Minister, and I thought, I'm not going to ask you a question, I'm going to plead with you for people with disabilities, many of whom have hideous electricity usage because they have to keep all types of medical equipment on 24 hours a day, and they have £5,000 a year bills now, and it's going to go up to £7,500 in April, and it's going to go up to 10 grand in October. For God's sake, we need to help them. And I have said this till I'm blue in the face.
Now, Martin told the Sunday Telegraph something that's also concerning. Now, Lewis said that he was the most scared he's been for people's finances since he founded his website back in 2003. Now, this website usually offers advice on which bank accounts or phone providers may be the most cost effective, and he is also a regular source for people looking to switch energy provider and also other ways to save money. But when he saw the price gap for household energy bills rise to £1,971, he took the step of writing a book called Heat the Human, for people on how to keep themselves along with their homes warm as they face the choice between eating and heating. In an interview with the Sunday Telegraph, he said, "We need to keep people fed. We need to keep them warm. If we get this wrong right now, then we get to the point where we start to risk civil unrest. When breadwinners cannot provide, anger brews and civil unrest brews. And I do not think we're very far off." Something that struck me when he took up this mantle was how he himself seemed deeply concerned and frustrated that there were no tools left, no more advice that he could give to people in order to find a way out, because there was no way out. Boris Johnson's government really need to get a handle on this. They need to provide real support to people or they risk civil unrest. The problem also is how the pro-Tory media will cover this. And would it attempt to defend the government and divide the protesters? Well, I think that's probably likely. Grants and real cash, not loans, need to be issued immediately or we will see some real trouble. I don't think this time people will grumble. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.